The first thing that hit me was the silence. Not the gentle hush that drapes over a house at night, but a heavy, suffocating stillness that pressed against my chest the moment I stepped inside. The lamp in the corner cast a soft amber glow across the living room, and there he was, my husband, sitting on the couch, hands clasped, head bowed slightly. He didn't look up when I entered. I set my purse down cautiously, as if any sudden noise might shatter the fragile quiet. "You're home early," I said, trying for casual, though something in the air made me realize casual didn't belong here. Finally, he looked at me. His eyes were not warm, curious, or familiar. They were cold, steady, unblinking. "How long has this been going on?" he asked. The world seemed to tilt. My mouth opened, but no words emerged. The silence thickened, wrapping around us so tightly I could barely breathe. My heart pounded in my chest, and I was sure he could hear it. In that single question, he had stripped away every excuse, every fragile layer of denial I'd been clinging to. He had known, weeks, maybe months. The cracks had always been there. The late-night texts I had dismissed as work, the sudden claims of staying late when there was no reason, the way I lingered before leaving or faltered in my voice when asked where I had been. He hadn't confronted me before, hadn't accused me. He just watched quietly. I had told myself it was trust. Now I saw it for what it was, suspicion, patiently waiting in the shadows. "What are you talking about?" I forced out, my voice fragile and thin. "Don't," he said softly, leaning back, a bitter curve touching his lips. "Please, don't insult me." He wasn't yelling. There was no rage, no heat. That hurt more than anger could have. He was calm, like a man who had already run through the scene in his mind 100 times, burning through every possible reaction. My legs trembled, but I moved closer, perching on the edge of the couch. "Wasn't supposed to." My voice cracked. "Wasn't supposed to what?" he interrupted, finally turning fully toward me. His eyes glimmered, not with anger, but with something deeper, grief, betrayal, a pain that words could never soothe. It wasn't supposed to happen. It wasn't supposed to last. It just wasn't supposed to. I bit my lip until I tasted blood, wishing I could undo every reckless choice that had led us here. It hadn't started as betrayal. Not at first. That's what I told myself. It began as loneliness, quiet moments of disconnection I had dismissed as normal. He was always busy, coming home late and worn out, and somehow our conversations had shrunk to groceries and bills. Then I met someone who listened, really listened. It felt like inhaling air after holding my breath too long. I should have stopped. I should have walked away. But the attention, the warmth, the thrill of being seen, and one again drew me deeper, until I was living 2 lives. Now, staring at the man who had given me his love, his trust, his future, all I felt was shame. "It was a mistake," I whispered. "I never meant to hurt you." His laugh was short, sharp, cutting through the thick silence like a knife. Spilling coffee on the rug is a mistake. This was deliberate. Every choice I had made, every stolen moment, sat between us, undeniable. He paced the room, fingers running through his hair. "Do you know what that feels like?" His voice trembled. "To look at the person you love and wonder if every smile, every touch is a lie? To watch her slip away, piece by piece, until one day you finally understand why." Tears burned my eyes. "Please don't say that. Don't look at me like I'm a stranger." He stopped pacing, face taut. "Then tell me, how long?" The question struck like a knife. He deserved the truth, but the truth would hurt him more than anything. I wanted to shield him, but it was too late. The damage was done. "Months," I whispered. He closed his eyes, exhaling as if releasing poison. When he opened them again, something had shifted. A wall had risen between us, solid and unyielding, something I could never climb. The silence stretched, infinite. He didn't shout, didn't rage. He sank into a chair, covering his face with his hands. I reached for him, desperate, but he moved away. The distance he created was louder than any angry words could have been. "Why?" His voice was muffled, broken. Wasn't I enough? Or did I just become easy to ignore? My heart splintered. "You were always enough. This wasn't about you." His eyes snapped to mine hard, aching. "Then who is it about?" because right now, it feels like it was about someone who chose to destroy everything we had. I wanted to tell him I still loved him, that my feelings hadn't vanished. But love meant nothing compared to what I'd done. The clock ticked, each second marking the slow collapse of the life we had built. Photos on the wall, our wedding day trips, silly moments. They looked like relics from a world that no longer existed. Finally, he stood. He didn't slam doors or shout. He grabbed his keys, shoulders heavy, and paused at the door. "I don't know if I can ever forgive this," he said quietly. "But I do know this. The woman I thought I loved, she's gone." Then he was gone. The soft click of the door sounded like the end of everything. I remained frozen, staring at the space he had left. The house felt colder, emptier, already morning. I buried my face in my hands, crushed under the weight of my choices. The affair, the lies, it all seemed small compared to what I had lost. That was the moment I realized betrayal doesn't just shatter trust. It destroys something sacred, something that can never be restored. And the cruelest part? I had been the one to end it.